All right, YouTube, as always, like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell. You got a question, get at me. I will most certainly answer it. We are doing Ford Focus from 2011 to 17 or 18. I'm not sure on that exactly, but rack and pinion, okay? So first thing you're gonna wanna do, if you have a lift, get it on the lift. If you don't, get it on the jack stands. Take your guard off, pop your wheels, make sure your steering wheel is all straight, and you can take your shaft off. I wanted to do that on camera. Since I'm spoiled with the lift, it's no issue for me to go up or down. If you can see right there, what I am going to do is put the wheel straight. It's a little bit off. Then we're gonna lock the wheel with a seat belt and take that bolt out here. We'll pull that shaft off and then we'll proceed with dropping the rack. Okay, so if you would like, you most certainly can turn it like that and take your 10 out first. I personally feel like there's more than enough room to get to it like that, so I'm just gonna straighten my wheel out. See, that bolt's easily accessible, no issues. You most certainly can use a lock for this as well if you want. I personally think every car has a lock built in it already, and that is your seatbelt. So what I'm going to do, I am going to pull my seatbelt out all the way. I'm gonna shove her through like that. And I'm going to buckle her in. Okay, and then to cheat, just gonna back the seat up a little bit, give it some tension, nothing too crazy, just enough so we know our wheel's locked. Even that's a little bit of play, so we can keep going. Much better. Okay, then we'll take our bolt out, pop that shaft off the bottom. All right, now that we're working on that, we're gonna unplug the ABS sensor like so. Okay, pop that guy out of there, like that. Then you got 15, pop your outer, pop your sway bar link. Okay, then when you get to that, I would suggest that you crack that jam nut right now while it's loose. To get this taper, you can either hit with an air hammer, real hammer, you put your nut on, smack it, go pickle fork if you want. You be careful, don't ruin that boot. And then we're gonna 18 mil right there, take that ball joint nut off, take the pinch bolt out, drop our lowers also. All right, so we got the jam nut popped on both sides. It's a 18, 15 on the back. Clutch pinch bolt. We'll clean that up with a wire wheel. To each his own. But obviously we want to make sure that the next guy doesn't have this much of a rust battle. So that, and then we're gonna pop the taper on that ball joint. Okay, now the concept behind that bolt you just took out is it goes through the female end of the arm and it locks into that position right there so the ball joint can't fall out. I highly suggest you get a hook and a bar, or it's gonna really suck trying to get that ball joint out of there because of the tension on that arm, see? But if you get a hook like this, they sell it, it's made by Lyle, it's on Amazon, and you can pry and it'll drop right out. And then next we're gonna take that guy out, that's an 18, and we're going to WD-40 those male studs sticking out, because those for the subframe coming down, as well as those and the frame shortly. Let's start with that. All right, then we're down under that plate. We're popping these plugs real quick. There's one more right there up top. Focus for you. So that's the last one. We're getting up here and we'll go on to the next step. All right, well, while we're under here with the same socket on the gun that fits, we're gonna do those two, and then those 10 mils on the back of the exhaust. Right. All right, now this is the part of the job. If you decided to do it at home, you got to get your floor jack out with a piece of wood. It's going to kind of suck, but you can make it happen. So you got one right there, extension up through here, which will lead you to that one right there, and that one right there. Okay, then you're gonna lower her down a little bit so you have room to get in there. You're gonna unplug these three. You can either take the heat shield off or you can stuff them through. There's plenty of room to stuff them through like that. So that is what I am going to do. I'm gonna fish them through and then we will work on the next part. Obviously you have to take it off of here. You can leave that because that just goes to that one. Like this harness right here, it's only those two plugs that you have to worry about. And those go to here, which you're gonna have to take off the rack as well. So as you can see, you can peel that out of there. And then you gotta take off that one and that one. The final is that, and then you're free to take those guys off and drop her down. All right, and then when you're to that point, there's two 10 mils right here that I took down. As you can see, it dropped dramatically. And you have 10 milli here and a 10 milli here. And then it'll drop a little bit more. And then we will actually lower it down. All right, so then when you take those out, you got everything is free. And you can start lowering it down. Now remember, the last thing you need to do, which you may want to lower it down to get in here, is take it off of the loom of the rack in these three positions. 4 technically. Then the wire loom right here is free, which will drop it like it's hot. All right, so you got your loom loose, okay? Now, last thing, but not least, is this ground. It's a 10 mil. The ground right there, you gotta take off. And so you get that 10 mil out, take that ground off. Now, truly free from the rack. See? And then start dropping her down like that. Now, as you can see, you are truly free. We already took that off up here. You can see up in there. That's already all separated, and we're good to go. There's our hole right there for the shaft, and we'll drop it down. One rack and pinion. All right, and then after you have some people to help you to make sure nothing falls out of there, you take the whole frame out like this, take them out of your way so you can get the rack up, or rotate through your bushings. It all depends though. I would not advise that because you're probably gonna tear them. So take them out, WD-40 them, swap your rack. You got that one, that one, that one, that one. Pull it off, put the new one on. That's it. Okay, now you got it all swapped. A couple things here before I let you guys go. That heat shield is 2 10 mils. It needs to be swapped. That third one would be your ground hold down. And the last part is going to be your boot that you need to silence out the outside and seal up the car. So all you're gonna do is twist and pull up. And as you can see, there's 2 locks. And there's 2 pins right there. And you put it back on there, slide her back down, and lock it into place like so. And that's it. One rack and pinion. Like I said, as always, like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell. If you got a question, get at me. Whether it's this car, the next video, or you want one made, let me know. Appreciate you as always. Yo, mechanic, baby.